Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Aaron Herman. How do you create innovative scavenger hunts? With the opportunity to speak with the founders of Campus Pursuit, they help connect brands and college students together through gamification to create innovative scavenger hunts on campus. Let's take a closer look. Creating a startup is complex, fun, and it takes a lot of hard work. And your company is transforming the way that you're connecting college students to brands, but also creating a fun environment to sort of gamify an experience. Tell us a little bit about how your company and how you got started.
Sure. So it was about 3 years ago when Scott and I were roommates in Binghamton University. We were always throwing around business ideas back and forth. And one day, Scott approached me with an initial idea, and then we talked about it more, and it ended up becoming what is now known as Campus Pursuit, a campus-wide scavenger hunt.
We started running scavenger hunts at our alma mater, Binghamton University, Bearcats, and we had like 5 local businesses on board, just businesses around Binghamton: a t-shirt, a printing company, a grocery store, a gym, a Thai food restaurant. And we, within a pretty quick time, over 1,000 students downloaded the app at our school. And then, we started scaling it out to more schools and then getting on larger brands. It's just been growing since day one.
And, one of the things that I love about your company is that you create that, relationship where you have, a company that wants to give, let's say, a gift certificate. Then you have, the students who know that this can be a fun experience, like team building, and you create this innovative way to sort of merge it through these these scavenger hunts. So how are these scavenger hunts actually created?
So the way that it works is that at each campus we have student brand ambassador teams of 5 students, and each of those students dedicates 1 day per week throughout the semesters to hide prizes. We receive product, we ship them the product, and they do everything from packaging the prizes in the Campus Pursuit bags to writing the clues to hiding the prizes, sending out the push notification, alerting everyone that prizes have been hidden, and just generally, in general, running and managing the scavenger hunts, and of course, marketing the app.
What's the most rewarding part about your company for yourself?
Really on 2 ends. On the students' end, we know that every single day that our company is operating, that people are having fun on their campus. People are making friends. We've heard crazy stories of people meeting each other through these scavenger hunts. And then on the brand end, we know that we're really helping brands get their message out there. Students get their products out there, get their messaging out there in fun, creative ways.
What is the most challenging part? Whenever you're launching a startup and you're trying to scale, one of the difficult parts is actually trying to figure out how do we get to more campuses? What was your strategy in sort of building up the initiative?
It's a chicken and an egg thing. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? I think Shachar knows this better than me. But
yeah, I guess what Scott is trying to say is what comes first, the students on campus or the brands? Mm-hmm. Right. So what comes first? Some of the ways that we choose or decide on what campuses to go to is based on our clients' requests. But a bunch of other things that go into that is how many students are on campus, what type of campus is it, commuter, or do students live on campus? Is there res life, and stuff like that. So in terms of scaling this and growing to more campuses and expanding, that's one of the ways that we do that.
Going back to the chicken and the egg thing, is it better to have 100 brands but no students to advertise to, or is it better to have 100 campuses but no brands? And the brands want to see the students, and the students want to see the brands. So it's a huge chicken and the egg situation.
And I think that's really important to understand is that, college students, they're smart. It's not just any type of free type of gimmick that they'll go for. It's actually kind of strategic in what you're looking for. to engage this population.
Yeah, and it really would have been not impossible, and nothing's impossible, but it would have been very tough when we first started this to just go from one school to 50 colleges, because what comes first? You need to build up a reputation. You need to do work for brands. Students need to know you. So over the past 3 years, we've built this up now to 50 colleges.
And you need to get your strategy down.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're running things differently now than our month in business. So I take it. Before you go too big, you have to really learn the mistakes at the beginning, or learn how to make things better.
So you said you're at 50 campuses now?
Yeah, 50.
So what's your goal, like 2 years down the line? How many campuses do you want to get to?
10 million.
10 million campuses?
I mean, we're getting on I shouldn't say a daily basis, like a weekly basis. I mean, today we got a request from a student in India who wanted to start Campus Pursuit there. We've gotten requests from different countries. We want to be able to, Shachar, you answer.
We want to be able to bring the love of scavenger hunts to campuses across the world and help companies effectively advertise to students. So.
One of the things that has come up is Pokemon Go. And, using technology to get people out, it's not a new thing, but it actually helps, like a business like yours, where you're actually doing that. So it's like, you've been doing this before Pokemon Go, getting out there, doing something fun and actually engaging. What's been some of your feedback, sort of leveraging that type of, that trending things are happening out with Pokemon Go?
When it first came out, I had a couple of friends who were messaging me like, "Hey, have you heard about this? Check this out. Like, what's similar between this and Campus Pursuit?" And it was very funny that I guess we were sort of like doing it first almost, but it's very unique in terms of what Pokemon Go is and what Campus Pursuit is. It's very unique, like you were just saying. It gets people out there. It gets people moving. It's interactive. That's essentially what it is, and that's what makes us unique and stand out amongst other marketing companies and things like that. It's experiential.
I made a Facebook status on my personal page about it. It was something like, there's another app out there that was doing scavenger hunts before. You can catch things on another app before Pokemon Go, and I got like 200 something likes on it. But I mean, there was a guy in I believe LA. It was called Hidden Cache a couple of years back, and there's been other things like it before. Using scavenger hunts, using the virtual reality or an app to interact with the physical world.
And I think that's so important, especially now that businesses are seeing that trend where it's about that group engagement. It's about understanding that people are mobile and they want to not just sitting around. Like, you create some type of interaction. It's something that's new and interesting. You actually can get people to do some crazy things.
Yeah.
And I think that's what your company provides, that opportunity to create multiple. It's not just a one-off. You got multiple opportunities.
Going back to Pokemon Go, I think that's something really big about Pokemon Go is like, I saw this video on Facebook of people in Central Park sprinting to find because there was a special Pokemon in one part of the park. So you had this video of like hundreds of people going from one side of Central Park to the other to find this Pokemon. And a similar thing with Campus Pursuit is, it's a mystery. And in the physical world, like, we've had situations before where students were like sitting down on couches and there was a prize right below them, and it creates this hysteria. So I think like this like hysteria. Hysteria might not be the right word, but just this. You never know where it is.
Right. As Jewish entrepreneurs, what do you think? What drives you? I get the chutzpah sometimes. That's like the reaction. But what drives you to do this?
I don't know if chutzpah is the right word. That word is usually associated with like startups in Israel and the culture there. What drives us? I mean, it's a couple of things. Number one, what drove us from the beginning is that there was a problem. There was a problem and a gap between companies and students. At first, we only started with local businesses around college towns. there was not an effective way for them to get to advertise to college students. And you know, you were talking about engagement before. That word gets thrown around so often that, you know, it almost becomes meaningless. What is engagement without real ROI, without real results? And that's what Campus Pursuit provides. But what drives us, it's that we want to create something that's effective, something that actually helps businesses, but also that puts a smile on students' faces every day. It's a blast. I mean, when I was in college with Scott, and we were the ones hiding prizes around campus, and literally seeing students look underneath chairs.
You feel amazing.
Yeah, you know, they were looking for these prizes. It's hilarious and it's awesome, and it really brightens up a person's day. It could totally, you know, 180 their day. You know, they could have been really, you know, they could have bumped, you know, failed a test before, or gotten a really bad grade or something like that, and they find a prize. You know,
even like, this isn't charity. You know, brands are paying us to run these scavenger hunts, but it almost feels, when you're a student brand ambassador hiding a prize, whatever it is, it almost feels like a like some type of charity, because, you know, you're making people really happy, giving them something for free. And I know our brand ambassadors, I mean, some of our feedback from them, I mean, you know, they get so much happy. You know, it goes back to what you were saying about Judaism and business. You know, you get happiness making other people happy, you know? So, I mean, our brand ambassadors are out there, you know, giving people, making other people happy, which makes them happy. I mean, going back to the Jewish perspective of it, I guess we're making the world a better place. We're helping advertisers. Also, we're making campuses a little bit more fun and happy, you know, spreading the light.
What we give you yet?
Yeah, I guess we're adding a kedusha to like physical items like this. Like, you know, there was a drink out there, you know, we add a little kedusha to it or something to, you know, make someone really happy to win that, not just to buy it at the store. But I mean, Shachar and I, we incorporate Judaism into our lives, definitely into this business. You know, when we think about things, you know, on a strategic level, the values are important.
One of the things that I saw recently is that you got highlighted in Queens College by the TAMID group. So tell us a little bit about that. That was very exciting.
You guys know what TAMID is? Do you want to explain TAMID?
TAMID is I don't know how to explain TAMID, but it's a group.
Are you familiar with it just yourself? Like,
yeah, I'm familiar with it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, TAMID is a group on campus that involves students with Israeli companies. And they hosted an event earlier, really at the end of the spring semester, where they had student startups from across New York State and maybe even the tri-state area apply to pitch in front of a panel of investors that included an original shark from Shark Tank. And we were one of 3 that were selected to pitch. And then at that event, we were the only one out of the 3 that actually were endorsed and basically gained interest and a potential investment from these 3 investors. It was a very exciting opportunity.
And that must be like a great feeling, knowing that, you know, when you have like students actually voting on like your product and your work, that this works. You know, it's not just like a company.
We know that students love us, but it was the panelists. It was Kevin Harrington and 2 other investors, and they were, you know, they saw in us, you know, a huge potential for to be a viable business. You know, to see a future in this. At least that's what we think. That's why we won. But no, it was a great event. I mean, I can't speak more highly of TAMID. It's a great organization.
Yeah. What do you think is like the most challenging part in sort of, actually, is there a challenging part in explaining to businesses like what you do? Is there like a learning curve for them?
I mean, it's something experiential. We have to explain a little bit the process, you know, that they ship us the product, we then ship it to the students. And one of the questions that we get most often is, how does the brand ambassador program work? So we have to explain that to them. But in terms of the app, I mean, it's pretty straightforward for most people, that you get a push notification when prizes are hidden, and then you follow clues that lead to the location of those prizes.
Some brands are curious, like how many scavenger hunts, how long scavenger hunts are.
Yeah.
Right. And where can people learn more about your company?
If you want to learn more about Campus Pursuit, you can go to campuspursuit.com. You can follow us on social media as well. and you can watch this video right here.
Over 50 college campuses are already participating in Campus Pursuit. You can see by creating this unique community, you're not only giving college students great prizes and helping brands really understand the college market. This is Arnold Herman, and thank you for watching.